Skol Vikings, you beautiful purple people eaters. Welcome back to the channel, where we bleed purple and gold 24/7. Today, we're diving into some sizzling Vikings news that's got my heart pounding. ESPN's Matt Miller just dropped a 7-round mock draft for our Minnesota Vikings. And it's a roller coaster of picks that could shape our future. Are we about to strike gold or miss the mark? Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Teaser. Picture this. A lightning-fast cornerback with a 4.28-second 40-yard dash tearing up the combine, landing in Purpletown at pick 24. But wait, there's a catch that might make Brian Flores slam his playbook shut. That's just the start of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's draft haul, and I've got every juicy detail to unpack with you. Hook, from cornerbacks to wide receivers, and a sneaky defensive tackle gem. This mock draft has it all: hits, misses, and a whole lot of debate. Let's break it down pick by pick, and I want to hear your takes in the comments. Do you love it or hate it? Skol. Let's roll. Alright, Vikings faithful, let's start with the big one. Pick 24 in the first round. Matt Miller's got us snagging Maxwell Hairston, a cornerback out of Kentucky, and oh boy, does this kid bring the heat. We're talking elite footwork, long arms that can lock down receivers, and a jaw-dropping 4.28-second 40-yard dash, the fastest of any prospect at the combine. That's the kind of speed that makes quarterbacks sweat. Now, the Vikings went hard in free agency, grabbing Isaiah Rodgers and Jeff Okudah to shore up the secondary. But let's be real. Those guys feel like Band-Aids, not cornerstones. Hairston could be the long-term answer we've been craving, a feisty playmaker who boosts our man coverage game. At 5'11", he's not the tallest, but those quick feet and reach, that's Kwesi's type: young, fast, and from a Power 4 school like Kentucky. But here's the twist that's got me pacing my living room: he's a shaky tackler. Brian Flores lives for corners who can hit, and Hairston missed 5 games in 2024 with a shoulder injury, raising red flags. Does Kwesi overlook that for the speed, or does this pick get scrapped? What do you think, Skol Nation? Can Hairston handle the Flores defense, or are we dreaming too big? Let's fast forward to round 5, pick 139, because this one's got me scratching my head. Miller's sending us Xavier Restrepo, a wide receiver from Miami, and I'm like, huh? Don't get me wrong, we need depth behind Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, especially after losing Trent Sherfield in free agency. Restrepo's production at Miami was legit, racking up yards like a boss. Here's the catch: his 40-yard dash was a disaster. The Vikings love burners, guys who clock under 4.5 seconds, and Restrepo didn't even come close. Kwesi's all about movement skills, and this pick feels like a curveball that doesn't fit the mold. Sure, he's got hands and grit, but without that speed, can he stretch the field for J.J. McCarthy? Imagine this, though: Restrepo as a slot guy grinding out first downs while J.J. and Addison go deep. It's not flashy, but it could work. Still, I'm torn. Do we roll the dice on a slow but steady receiver, or hold out for a speed demon later? Drop your thoughts below, Vikings fans. What's your gut telling you on this one? Round 6, pick 187. Time to talk trenches. Baby, Matt Miller's got us grabbing Aeneas Peebles, a defensive tackle from Virginia Tech, and this feels like a sneaky steal. We beefed up the D-line with Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave in free agency. But behind them, not much youth or upside. Peebles is an explosive gap shooter who can wreak havoc the second he's off the ball. Perfect for Brian Flores' chaos machine. At this stage in the draft, finding a guy with his burst is gold. He's not a household name yet, but picture him rotating in, learning from Allen and Hargrave, and turning into a disruptor by 2026. The Vikings need depth with those vets hitting 30 and 32. Peebles could be the future we're building toward. But here's the question hanging over me. What if he's too raw? Late-round picks are gambles, and we've seen high-upside guys fizzle out before. Is Peebles the diamond in the rough we need, or just another name on the depth chart? Hit me with your predictions, Skol Crew. Can this kid rise up? Back to the big picture. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's draft philosophy is all over this mock. Age? Check. Hairston and Peebles are young and moldable. Movement skills? Mostly check, though Restrepo's a head-scratcher. Power 4 schools? Yup, Kentucky, Miami, Virginia Tech all fit the bill. And premium positions? Corner, receiver, D-tackle, Kwesi's hitting the spots we need. The Vikings only had 4 picks going into this draft after last year's trades for J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner. So every selection's gotta count. Miller's haul addresses depth and long-term needs, especially in the trenches where we've been aggressive with Kelly, Fries, Allen, and Hargrave. But there's a vibe here that's not quite clicking. Something's off. Maybe it's the lack of a running back in a class stacked with talent, or Hairston's tackling woes, or Restrepo's speed. It's solid conceptually, but I'm not fist-pumping yet. What's your vibe, Vikings fam? Are we acing this draft? Or is Kwesi leaving meat on the bone? Let's rewind to free agency for a sec, because it sets the stage. The Vikings went all in, snagging center Ryan Kelly and right guard Will Fries to fix our O-line, waving bye-bye to Garrett Bradbury and Ed Ingram. That's a massive upgrade for J.J. McCarthy's protection. Kelly's a vet stud, and Fries brings versatility. Our interiors never looked this stout. Then there's the D-line. Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave are game changers if they stay healthy. We went from 28th in interior pressures last year to potentially dominant with these beasts. Kwesi's not messing around. He's building a fortress around our core, and the draft's just the icing. But here's the kicker, those moves mean we don't have glaring holes. So why does this mock feel like a mixed bag? Are we overthinking Hairston's flaws? Or is Miller missing the mark on our real needs? Tell me, Skull Nation, what's the one position you'd still draft early? Zoom in on Hairston again because that first-round pick's the lightning rod. A 4.28-second 40? That's Usain Bolt territory for a corner. Imagine him shadowing receivers, breaking up passes with those long arms, and giving Flores a speed demon to unleash. It's the kind of splash that gets us hyped for Sundays. The durability thing nags at me, though. 5 missed games in 2024 isn't trivial. And tackling? Flores's defense lives or dies by it. Our corners can't just cover, they've got to hit. Hairston's a gamble, no doubt, but if he pans out, he's the youth and speed our secondary's been begging for. So, picture this, Hairston locks down one side, Byron Murphy Jr. holds the other, and Rodgers and Okudah fight for scraps. Dream scenario or pipe dream? You tell me, Vikings fans. Does this kid have what it takes? Or are we rolling the dice too hard? Restrepo's pick at 139 keeps gnawing at me. Miami's offense was electric, and he was a big part. Think reliable hands, tough catches, a chain mover. Depth at receivers a real need with Sherfield gone and Tim Jones more of a special teams guy. Restrepo could be that glue piece we're missing. But that 40 time, it's like a storm cloud over this pick. Kwesi's track record screams speed. Jefferson, Addison, even Naylor all fly. Restrepo's a tortoise in a hare's game, and I'm not sure Kevin O'Connell's offense can flex for that. Does production trump athleticism here? Here's a thought, what if we coach him up as a possession guy, a third down safety valve for McCarthy? It's not sexy, but it's practical. What's your call, Skull Squad? Can Restrepo carve a role? Or are we settling for less than purple greatness? Peebles at 187 feels like Kwesi sneaking a present under the tree. Virginia Tech's D-line churns out dogs. And this kid's got the twitch to make QBs flinch. Pair him with Allen and Hargrave, and you've got a rotation that keeps our defense fresh and ferocious. 47 pressures last year won't cut it in 2025. Late-round picks are where legends are born. Think Danielle Hunter back in the day. Peebles could sit, learn, and explode in year 2, especially with the vet's injury histories. He's not a starter yet, but the upside's tantalizing. Flores loves chaos, and Peebles brings it. The suspense is, does he develop fast enough? We've got aging stars up front. We need youth to step up. What's your hunch, Vikings diehards? Can Peebles be the next gem? Or is he just depth fodder? Let's talk running back or the lack thereof. This draft class is dripping with talent at RB, and Miller's got us ignoring it completely. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason are solid, but depth's thin, and Jones isn't getting younger. Why no love for a backfield boost, Kwesi? Picture a bruiser or a speedster pairing with Mason. Our offense could hit another gear. Miller's focused on trenches and secondary, which I get, but passing on a stud runner feels like a missed shot. We've got J.J. McCarthy to build around, Give him all the weapons. What's your take, Skull fam? Are we fine with Jones and Mason, or should Kwesi trade up for a back? Drop your dream RB in the comments. I'm dying to hear who you'd snag. Time to zoom out. What's this draft say about our Vikings? Kwesi's doubling down on youth and trenches, banking on McCarthy, Jefferson, and Flores's scheme to carry us. Hairston's speed, Restrepo's grit, Peebles's burst. It's a blueprint for depth and upside, even if it's not perfect. The free agency splash set us up nice. Kelly, Fries, Allen, Hargrave. It's a contender's core. But this mock is a B- for me. No running back, Hairston's risks, Restrepo's speed. It's solid but not electrifying. We need more pop to chase that Super Bowl. Where do you land, Vikings Nation? Are we building a dynasty? Or is this draft a swing and a miss? Hit me with your grades below. I want to see those hot takes. Let's dream big for a sec. Say Hairston's a tackling machine by camp. Imagine him picking off passes, Peebles collapsing pockets, and Restrepo grinding out first downs. Pair that with our free agency haul and this roster's got teeth, offense humming, defense swarming. Reality check, drafts don't always pan out. Hairston could bust, Restrepo could fade, and Peebles might ride the bench. But the potential? It's there, simmering, waiting to boil over. Kwesi's playing chess, and I'm here for it, win or lose. What's your dream scenario, Skull Crew? Paint me a picture. How do these picks take us to the promised land? Let's fantasize in the comments. Free agency flashback, those O-line moves still got me buzzing. Ryan Kelly's a 3-time All-Pro, and Will Fries can slide inside out like a Swiss Army knife. Garrett Bradbury and Ed Ingram? See ya, our interior's a brick wall now, giving JJ time to sling it to JJ. That sets up this draft perfectly. Less pressure to reach for linemen, more room to gamble on Hairston or Peebles. Kwesi's weaving a tapestry, and every thread counts. But are we one piece short of a masterpiece? Tell me, Vikings fans, what's the one free agency move you'd still make? A corner? A back? Let's keep building this beast together. Defensive line vibes. Allen and Hargrave are monsters, but Peebles adds spice. Last year's 7.5 sacks from the interior? Pathetic. Now, we've got vets who've combined for 70-plus career sacks and a rookie with juice. Flores is licking his chops, I bet. Depth's the name of the game, Hargrave's 32, Allen's 30. Both banged up in 24. Peebles at 187 could be the insurance policy that keeps us dominant. If he hits, our D-line's a nightmare for years. What's your bold call, Skull Nation? Does this trio terrorize QBs? Or do we need more? Drop your D-line hot takes below. Wrapping this up, Kwesi's mock draft haul is a roller coaster. Hairston's a speed freak with question marks, Restrepo's a grinder who might not fit, and Peebles is a late-round lottery ticket. It's not a home run, but it's not a strikeout, call it a double with room to grow. The Vikings are trending up. Free agency proved we're serious, and this draft could solidify us as contenders. But it's on us, the fans, to keep the fire lit. What's your final verdict? Love it, hate it, or somewhere in between? Skull Vikings forever. Smash that like button if you're pumped, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't. Let's grow this purple family. Share this with your crew, and I'll catch you next time for more Vikings news. Skull out.